Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome back to my channel. So if you are new here, hi, I am Kira and welcome to my little corner here on YouTube. I do try a different content for everybody here on my channel, so if you find something that you enjoy, and hit that subscribe button down below and ring the bell. Of course, I'll talk more about that at the end of the video. That is it. And today I'm going to be, as you can tell from the title above, it's a more serious video, but I'm going to also be doing my makeup because it's my niece's birthday party is today, so I got to get ready for that. But aside from that, we're also going shopping afterwards and taking the kids to another family day. So yeah, but this is a very serious topic matter that I have been watching a lot of SWOOP's videos because I have a tease, dramas, and scandals series here on my channel, so I'm researching a bunch of tease, dramas, and scandals, and this is obviously a tea, drama, and scandal, and controversy. And I just really wanted to put my 2 cents in it because I watched Swoop's video with Mikey, and I watched Swoop's response video after Mikey made her apology, and I have a lot of opinions that I want to kind of like talk about just because like it is racism and, Brandon is mixed, my children are biracial. So I just kind of wanted to talk about it because even though it's not actually meant towards, like, racism isn't meant towards me, I don't feel like you can be racist towards somebody who's white because we've never actually really experienced it. Whereas opposed to people of color have generations of experiencing racism and it's just not fair. But I really wanted to come on here and just kind of like have a little serious conversation with you guys while I did my makeup because even though it's serious, I want to do something lighthearted. Also, today's outfit of the day is this little crop top from Charlotte Russe, and I'm wearing some more high-waisted jeans from Charlotte Russe. I only wear high-waisted jeans. That's just me. So anyways, let's go ahead and talk about it. So Swoop posted a video talking about how Mikey from Glam and Gore, who I'd honestly never heard of until I watched her video where she collaborated with Jeffree Star. She had used James Charles, Jeffree Star in the black community, and that she was done with her. And so Swoop was actually Mikey's best friend, or Mikey was her best friend, and I just want to talk about racism, first of all, in the beauty community, because Swoop had talked about how she went on her first brand trip and she asked if she could bring a +1. This was really late at night when I was watching this. I don't think she named the brand that she did this collaboration with, that would not let her bring somebody with her. And then she got on the trip because she wanted to bring someone with her on her first brand trip and they told her no. She was like, okay, fine, whatever. So she goes to the brand trip and sees that all influencers who are white were allowed to bring, a +1. Mikey had brought her boyfriend, and then there was another white influencer who had brought her husband. And apparently, this influencer with her husband and Mikey with her boyfriend and Swoop had all went out to dinner afterwards, and they were talking about basically racism and how they were called out for cultural appropriation and saying that cultural appropriation isn't racist. So I feel like everybody kind of has their own opinions about it. I don't feel like cultural appropriation is as racist as other things. So in the grand scheme of things, I feel like cultural appropriation, honestly, for racism is like down here compared to a lot of other things that people do. And cultural appropriation isn't like that big of a thing when it comes to the grand scheme of racism. And you have people out here who commented on Swoop's video about Mikey calling her the N-word and stuff like that, and pretty much really just telling her to kill herself, pretty much, which is not okay for anybody to say, even if you are a fan of Mikey and you did not appreciate the expose. You know, I just want to point out, to internet bullies who say stuff like that to people, so if you tell somebody over the internet to go kill themselves, and they do, you are legally responsible for that person's death. You can be charged, you can be arrested for that person's death because you facilitated it in being a bully. Yeah, you didn't do it yourself, but you are still going to be considered a murderer because our times have to catch up with social media and stuff like that. And that is just the truth. So in Swoop's respond video, where she responded to the hate comments, apparently Keemstar had watched her video, and Keemstar had said that his issue with Swoop was how light-skinned she was. Okay. I think that that is racist, for one, in so many ways, because yes, even though she is mixed, and obviously very clearly mixed, I mean, Brandon is mixed, and you can tell he's mixed. So, like, I went into this knowing that she's mixed race. Like, who cares? I mean, Meghan Markle is mixed race, so who really gives a crap? If you're mixed race, you're still allowed to have your own opinions on the Black Lives Matter movements and stuff like that. My thing is that even though you're mixed, she is allowed to identify as black because she has it in her. So whether she's light-skinned or not, I mean, she still has it in her. She's allowed to have her own feelings. She grew up, in her own way, hearing stuff like this. You gotta remember, she did grow up having two different race parents. And I know that racism is something that happens for mixed kids because Brandon grew up having people taunt him for having a black mom and a white dad. I do know that for a fact, and it is something that Brandon and I have discussed with each other for our children, wondering how our children are going to be and if our children are going to be okay, because it's a lot worse nowadays than it was before we were growing up. And another thing is mixed kids, I mean, you can't, fault them for the color of their skin. I mean, I'm going to show you guys Jaxson. Jaxson is biologically mine and Brandon's child. Jaxson is biologically Kai's full brother. He has the same father and the same dad as Kai, and I know you guys have seen Kai, and Kai is pretty dark. And look at how white Jaxson is. And Jaxson is biracial. But just because Jaxson is white right now doesn't make him any less of a mixed child just because he's light right now. Just because Kai is darker than him. Jaxson honestly looks a lot like me when I was a baby. So that's probably why he is as light as he is right now. But he has Brandon's face. Like, he does have Brandon's face. And he has Brandon's nose and he has my lips. Which I'm okay with because Kai came out only having my lips. And now he's starting to look a lot like me too. He just has, a darker skin tone than me. But who cares? We can't have a stigma that every single mixed child is going to come out looking mixed. Because, okay, so for example, Brandon and Anna. Anna is Brandon's sister. They're both mixed. They both have the same parents. Brandon is darker than his sister. We cannot have a stigma of how dark a mixed child is supposed to be when they come out to solidify their thoughts on Black Lives Matter and the Black Lives Movement. You can't just say, well, your opinion doesn't matter because you're light-skinned, because you're mixed. No, because they also have grown up in a situation where they have been around it, and they have been around racism, and that is the truth, and they are allowed to have their opinion, and they are allowed to express their opinion just like anybody else is allowed to express their opinion. And I love the Black Lives Matter movement. I think that is such an important thing because I personally feel that black people are more targeted with the police than any other white person. And I don't think that that is right. And I think that it's a stereotype. I think that the police, honestly, a lot of police officers stereotype black people and make them think okay, I'm searching for this person that has committed a crime. It's instantly a black person. Find a black person running from the cops, and then you end up with a situation like Breonna Taylor or George Floyd, where somebody's going to get hurt, somebody's going to get killed. And that's not okay. Because eyes of the law, you are supposed to be considered innocent until proven guilty. Whereas nowadays, it seems like you are guilty until you prove you're innocent. And that's kind of the truth. And it's not okay. I'm very passionate about this because I am so freaking worried about the world that my children are going to grow up in. And a part of it is because they are mixed race. And it scares me because a racist person is going to raise their child to be racist. And that's not okay. I don't understand why racism is even such a thing and why it even came to be just because of the like I don't think I don't understand why racism came to be even though it was years and years and years and years and years and years ago and that's how we got the slaves and everything like that. I personally just don't understand why or who gave anybody the right to say you have a different skin color than me, so you are less of a person. I don't understand it at all. Now I'm trying out this lavender concealer from Jeffree Star again today. I'm going to try it in a different way. I'm just going to do 3 dots right here and see how this works today. Because this was so super pigmented when I used it yesterday and I swiped it on like a regular concealer. Don't do that. I looked ridiculously crazy for the whole freaking day. But I was trying out this product, so I wanted to. By the way, I froze my beauty blender like a couple days ago, and it's still wet from it. I did post that video. And that was kind of fun to film. I need to do a review on this sponge. I'm very passionate about the racism though, which is why I'm going to title this video Racism. Because I think that it is an important subject matter that everybody should talk about and everybody should educate themselves correctly on. Because like SWOOP said in her video, if you made a post about it years ago, it wasn't okay then, just like it's not okay now. You know, and I mean, look at like Jeffree Star and his racist past. Look at Laura Lee and her racist past. I don't care what anybody says. Laura Lee is mixed with something. And nobody can tell me that she's not mixed with something because she literally looks honestly like she's mixed with either like Mexican or black or something. She's definitely mixed with something. Nobody can tell me that she isn't because I have 2 mixed race children. Brandon is mixed race and Brandon's sister is mixed race. And I just want to point out that people of color actually tend to be nicer than white people from like not even from time to time, like they just tend to be nicer. And that is honestly the truth. Like I just want to point out I could literally text Brandon's mom right now and tell her I need diapers and she's not going to say anything. She's just going to say what size, what brand. I'll be there in 2 hours. Like and Brandon's grandmother, oh my gosh, is the sweetest woman ever. And holy for Jolie's, she can freaking cook really amazing food. And I used to be a super duper picky eater before Brandon and I ever had gotten together. And I love his grandmother's food. So I can't really tell in this light how this color corrector is looking underneath this concealer. So that is going to have to be determined when I walk out of here. Some other things that Swoop brought up in her video was that Mikey used James Charles and Jeffree Star, and she believed that James Charles and Jeffree Star were at the top of the YouTube algorithm because they were gay men. I don't think that that is true just because there are so many smaller YouTubers who are gay men and they're smaller YouTubers. I just think that Jeffree Star and James Charles are at the top of the YouTube algorithm, especially at the time when Swoop and Mikey were texting about them, because they're problematic. And as much as nobody wants to admit it, you know, the more problematic you are, the more problems you have, the more people are talking about you, the more relevant you stay. Enter Nikita Dragon, who literally seems like she has a scandal every other freaking day. And I mean, I know you guys know James Charles has scandals all the freaking time, especially after the Dramageddon 2. And I mean, I'm pretty sure researching for my Teen Dramas and Scandals videos, Jeffree Star and James Charles' names are the most brought up ones. Just pointing that out there. Jaclyn Hill is also up there also. By the way, I've decided that 2022 is going to be my fresh purity year. So I have decided, if you have watched my 5 brands I love and 5 brands I hate video, I have decided to give some brands a chance starting next year. Lime Crime is not getting another chance from me. Not happening. No. Laura Lee Los Angeles, girl, I will try you out once you get a different retailer because I don't trust your ass. Because I have bought makeup from you that was expensive and arrived broken, and I sent you pictures on your customer service and emailed your customer service and reached out to your customer service on Instagram also, and not one person has ever responded back to me, and it's been happening since 2018. So, yeah, I don't trust her. I will not purchase from her unless it is from a certified retailer like Beauty Bay or Beauty Wish, or really just any other retailer. Like, even if you were in Morphe stores, which you're not because of your racist past, then I would purchase from her. But that's just not happening. But what I'm really talking about is Jaclyn Hill. I've decided I really want to give her cosmetics brand a serious try, just because I love her highlighters and stuff like that. Her holiday collection has really got me, guys. Like, I really want that palette. I really want those shimmers that go on your eyes. Like, it looks really pretty. And I'm just pointing that out that it's got me. I want it. But back to SWOOP's video where she talks about Mikey using James Charles and Jeffree Star again. I did not know who Glam and Gore was until I watched Jeffree Star's video where she comes on and turns him into Lord Voldemort. I've never watched James's channel, so I can't, like, say anything about that video. But I do have to say it's quite disgusting that Mikey used James Charles and Jeffree Star for views when she didn't like them and she's talking trash about them behind their back. I think that that is honestly sick. And Jeffree Star has stayed out of drama in the past, like, year, so I don't really know if he's actually said anything on the situation, or James Charles, but I feel like they should speak out because I really want to know what they're thinking since Mikey is accused of being homophobic. And I also want to know what they think about pretty much just being used by Mikey for views on YouTube to become bigger. That's Jaxson taking a shit, pretty much. And another thing is that SWOOP, as her friend, was going to her, talking to her about issues that SWOOP has had, and Mikey kind of just downgraded them, and really, you can even see in the text messages, made it about her. And SWOOP was pretty much just, like, trying to be like, oh, it's not all about you. And I understand to an extent how SWOOP is feeling about that, just because, you know, when you have a friend, you want them to solidify your feelings and know that you are not crazy when you are having, you know, feelings of anxiety and depression and all of that. You know, I've talked about my mental health personally, and my mental health journey, and I understand how SWOOP is feeling because I have had those feelings before. I have had the feelings of not feeling good enough. Like, there's been a few times over this past year that I have just broken down to Brandon and just been like, I don't know if I should continue this YouTube venture because I don't see it going anywhere. And I try my hardest. Like, I post videos every day. I make videos every day. I put my heart and soul into my YouTube videos, and I just don't get the response that I really wish I did. Like, I don't want to be a big YouTuber like Jaclyn Hill because I feel like that would be so many issues. But just having like 100 subscribers and, you know, just feeling like Jaxson just stretched. Just having like 100 subscribers would mean the world to me. You know, just reaching one goal on YouTube. Would just like mean the world to me. And sometimes it makes you wonder if you're ever actually going to reach that. Jackson's literally moving his mouth in his sleep. So it literally makes me think he's talking in his sleep. It's scaring me. This is also an impromptu video. I wasn't actually going to film this video today, but like I said, I had watched SWOOP's videos over the past few nights, and I really just had my own opinions and wanted to make this video because I feel like as a YouTuber, the bigger YouTubers should really speak out whenever there is racism in a situation, but also educate their young fans on racism and why it's not okay and should not be accepted in today's society. And that's truly how I feel. To people who are racist, how would you feel if somebody came up to you and said some of the things that people say to black people, calling them racial slurs and stuff like that? How would you feel? Would it make you feel like less of a person? Because I'm pretty sure that's how people of color feel. I seriously am concerned for my children growing up in this kind of a world. Just because, like, I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm honestly scared for my children to grow up in this world of people thinking racism is okay, of children being able to get their hands on guns and don't understand the consequences of their actions and can go kill other people, not understanding the consequences. And Jaxson, what's wrong? It's just like, it's scary. I watch a lot of Anna Solves, by the way, and she does cover some cases where children have killed other children. If you saw me looking around, I was looking for Jackson's pacifier. He has his pacifier. He is a happy, happy baby now. I don't know though, you guys. I hate this freaking highlight. Like, literally, there's nothing on my brush. It is hard panned so bad. And this was like such a beautiful highlight. I was so excited to have this contour palette out. But in reality, I can only use the bronzer and the blush. Jaxson makes some of the weirdest noises. But it's okay. He's my little weirdo and I love it. I am using Wet n Wild's Boozy Brunch highlight to amp up this highlight because that's not enough for me. Oh yeah. So much better. I also want to know, even if you're not a fan of Jeffree Star or James Charles, because I'm a fan of Jeffree Star's cosmetics, but not his YouTube channel. I literally am only subscribed to his YouTube channel to check out his cosmetics that he is releasing. Which, by the way, where is Jeffree Star skin? Jeffree Star. You said it would come in November. We are on December 5th, and it still has not come. And I just want to try it because I really have faith in the fact that Jeffree Star could make a good skincare line. Because he does know pretty good cosmetics, so if the man has been using skincare and researching it like other people do, he could make a pretty decent skincare line. And I also want to note if my guess was right, because I guessed that the first product he will be releasing for Jeffree Star Skin would be a moisturizer. So I really just want to know if my guess was correct. Just because I really... Sorry, asked my friend who is a little bit older than me, she's a nurse, what I can do for Kai's molars that are coming in, because both of his back molars are coming in, like legit both of them on both sides are fucking coming in. And he's just been in so much pain, and I just feel so bad for him, and I just want to like take his pain away from him and like grow his teeth for him so he's not in pain. You know, if you're a mom, you know, you like know the love you have for your child. You just want to protect them and take their pain away. Even if you're not a mom, like to a human baby, like even like a pet mom would know this pain of like wanting your everything, your baby to not be in pain. I'm getting low on this. I actually think that this is empty. Yeah, I don't even hear it shaking. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this away and replace this with something else. So give you guys a thought on this. This was actually not a bad finishing spray. This is the NYX Matte Finish finishing spray. It was not bad. I actually do think it did help mattify my skin quite a bit over the time, and it made my highlight be like a very dewy highlight. I really did like this a lot. But anyways, I just want to know how you guys feel if you are fans of Jeffree Star and James Charles, how you feel knowing that somebody used them for clout pretty much and talked crap behind their backs. I want to know how you guys feel about homophobia. I want to know how you guys feel about racism, and I just want to talk about this stuff with you guys because I am seriously concerned for the world and I'm seriously concerned for my children, especially considering the fact that Jaxson is a lot lighter than Kai right now. So if Jaxson is going to be a lighter skin tone than Kai, I don't want Jaxson to feel any specific type of way or Kai to feel any specific type of way because they're brothers and they don't have the same skin tone and they are both mine and Brandon's children. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell. And of course, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.